Perspectives, a current affairs discussion program on Agate Radio 95.5 Star FM Makurdi. Guess what? Today is Children's Day, a day set aside by Nigeria as a public holiday to celebrate children all over the Nigerian landscape. May 27 annually is dedicated to celebrating children, and it is a day that is meant to also give adults the opportunity to remember their childhood experiences. And according to this day, the essence of it, even though the International Day for United Nations Universal Day for Children's Day celebration is dedicated as November 20, Nigeria dedicates May 27 every year to celebrate children. And children are beautiful creatures that, if nurtured properly, they could become great people. Everyone who today is a great leader around the world, and as adults, started with their experiences of childhood. They were once everyone was once a child before they transited to becoming adults, and great leaders could be molded from children. This morning on Perspectives, we shall beam our spotlight on what this day means to children, and also what can be done on the part of government to nurture our young children into greatness, nurture them as great leaders of tomorrow, and what are their aspirations in life. We shall discuss some of these issues as we take a very special spotlight on Children's Day. My discussants here in the studio are children in the light of the day as we celebrate discussants. I'd like to welcome first a student of Leadership Preparatory School here in Kanshio in Makurdi. Miss Theresa Usua is our guest on Perspectives. Welcome to Agate Radio, Miss Usua.
Thank you, sir.
Also with us is a student of St. Dominick's High School, Tse-Ayu, also here in Makurdi, Master Isaac Agashua. Welcome to Agate Radio Studio, Master Agashua.
Thank you, sir.
We also expecting the head teacher of Wajina International School's welfare quarters here in Makurdi, who will also join us, Mrs. Hope U-ungwa. As soon as she is here with us in the studio, we will let you know. I am Nathaniel Nongu, welcoming you to this Monday edition of Perspectives as we discuss Children's Day. And happy Children's Day to all children out there, including adults, because even if you are an adult, you were once a child, and of course this day should evoke the memories of childhood in you, and that is why it's a special day to all of us. If you are joining the Perspectives, or this is your first time joining this program, kindly be informed that it is an audience interactive engagement. You could call in or send a message to contribute on what we are discussing here in the studio. The program enjoys airtime between now and 11 a.m. and at 10 o'clock we shall avail you the opportunity to call in. The lines which you can reach us at 10 o'clock, the one for calls, is 0814 335 9292, 0814 335 9292. That is a line available for calls at 10 o'clock. And the one for text messages and WhatsApp chats, you can send us a chat or a message on this line to contribute to what we are discussing. And that line is 0912 699 9404, 0912 699 9404. If you are sending a message to that line or a chat, please remember to include your name and the location you are sending your message from. Also, keep it very brief so as to enable us to take as many messages as we can. You may also listen to this program via our website on www.agateradiotv.com, www.agateradiotv.com. Once you log on to the website, check the top right corner, you click on the radio icon there, and you'll be sure to listen to us live. On all our social media platforms, the program is also streaming live there on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also listen to the program through these platforms. We'll take a short break, and once we are back, we'll begin our engagement here in the studio. Please stay tuned. Don't go away, dear listener. very much for staying tuned, dear listener. Welcome back from that short break. And just as we're about to begin, we have been joined here by the head teacher of Wajina International School's welfare quarters here in Makurdi, who is also one of our discussants on today's edition of Perspectives, which we focus on Children's Day. The head teacher of Wajina International School's welfare quarters, Makurdi, is Mrs. Hope U-ungwa. Welcome to our studio, Mrs. U-ungwa.
Thank you, sir.
Happy Children's Day to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's begin our engagement. I'd like to begin with you, Ms. Usua. What does this day, Children's Day, means to you?
Children's Day is a commemorative date celebrated annually in honor of children whose date of observance varies by country. But in our country, Nigeria, today being 27th May 2024 is a day set aside for celebration of Children's Day. And the International Children's Day was first declared in Geneva during the World Conference on Child Welfare in 1925.
Okay, I'll come to you now, Mr. Agashua, Master Agashua. Also, give us your thoughts on what this day means to you as a Nigerian child.
This day, being Children's Day as a Nigerian child, is a very special day. Not only is it a day of fun and celebrating, honoring and appreciating children for who they are, it's also a day aimed at raising awareness of the problem children face globally. Problems like lack of good shelter, poor education, and so on. So not only is it a day of celebrating, but it's also a day of looking into the problem we children face globally. Thank you.
Okay, Mrs. U-ungwa.
Yes.
You are the head teacher of Wajina International Schools.
Yes.
Your school handles children. The children have given us their thoughts of what this day means to them. Of course, you were once a child before becoming an adult
Sure.
that you are now. And as someone that nurtures the children, what does this day mean to you?
Okay, as a teacher and a parent, it means a lot to me. It's a day parents should also look at their children. Sometimes when we go about chasing our daily needs, we ignore these children. So in as much as we're celebrating them, take a closer look at your own children. Observe their needs. Some of them have needs, but they won't say it. So it's left for you as a parent to observe your children, find out how far they fared academically and other areas, and see how to bring them closer in order to bring out the best from them.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Ms. Usua. You gave us a good background of how this day came about from the point of view of a Nigerian child. As a child, what better ways would you like to see this day celebrated in Nigeria?
Well, children, I believe, are beautiful creatures, and with their innocent smiles and carefree spirits, they steal the hearts of many. And Children's Day is also set aside to honor the younger generation. In addition, Children's Day celebration serves to recognize that all minors and children also have rights to health, education, and protection. And also, children are very, very important parts of our world.
Okay, let me come back to you, Master Agashua. Give us also your thoughts on what better ways would you like to see Children's Day celebrated as it is being marked in Nigeria today.
A better way I would want today to be celebrated is that I appeal to government at all levels, both federal, state and local, that they should look into the problem children face globally. Aside from that, well, it's a day of joy, so there should be lots of fun, games, sports, and all other interesting things that will make children happy.
All right, let me come to you, Mrs. U-ungwa. As an adult and as a teacher, what memories does this day evoke in you, and in what ways would you like to see it better celebrated for the Nigerian child?
Okay, aside the celebrations, the government should take matters that concern children very serious, because they are not just the future generation, but before you know it, they are the ones that will take over the country, the world. So they should look at policies they've made, the ones working, the ones that are not working, and see how they will better the needs of the children so that they can bring out the best from them.
Okay. I'm back to you again, Ms. Usua. What is your most memorable Children's Day celebration?
Well, my most memorable Children's Day celebration was the one of 2023. It was very memorable for me because I felt loved as a child that I am, and that is a memory I can never forget.
Okay, what made it memorable? 2023, that's last year, right?
Yes,
what
sir.
made it so memorable that you would like to share with us?
Well, on that day, I am not the only child in my family though, but on that day, all the children in my house, well, we had a very beautiful poem read to us by my father, and it communicates a message that we are unique and we are very loved by our Father. And not only by our Father, he made us realize that we are very important, and if we believe in ourselves, we can be great and make the future great also. That makes it very memorable for me.
Okay, so this experience of your dad reading a poem to you has stuck with you. Did your dad read a poem to you today, or maybe later on the program, later after the program, you are expecting such an experience again?
Not really, because he's not around right now.
Okay, Master Agashua, give us what has been your memorable Children's Day celebration in the past, and does this day mean differently today?
Well, my most memorable Children's Day in the past was that of 2018, when I was still in primary school. That's Nativity Private School, Makurdi. I went to school that day at 7:30. That was like the first time I ever went to school that early, because there was a celebration in school. So on reaching school, we are told that all the students, we are going to IBB Square to have a celebration with all schools around Benin State. So on reaching there, we never knew there was going to be a march past. So immediately our sports director selected few students to do the march past. So I was the commander, not preparing for anything, just went in like that, and behold, I did well and we won. So that image, that memory has stuck with me from primary school till this very moment.
Oh, okay, Mrs. U-ungwa.
Yes.
You've been a teacher. From your experience of interacting with the children and coaching them through the Children's Day celebration, what would you say have been the milestones on this kind of day for the Nigerian child, from your perspective?
Okay. I would say that taking out time to celebrate them means a lot, and whatever you do to them will go a long way in helping them in life. Taking out time to do something special, aside outing, cooking and the rest, it will show them that you truly love them. Now, looking at those that really struggle among them, children who struggle academically in other areas, that love you show them will make them feel that they have this sense of belonging. They're part of the world, they're part of the family, not looked down upon, and it will be like a push for them to push higher, to want to make their parents, the school, the community proud. So it's a memorable one. For like my school, Wajina International School, there is an event currently going on which you see them give their best. not only to make the school a match winner, but the joy that comes with it. So it goes a long way to inspire them in life. We, the adults, like myself, we didn't have such opportunity growing up. We were never recognized.
You mean in your days there was no Children's Day celebration?
I didn't have the opportunity.
Oh.
So they are blessed.
Okay.
Of course, they are.
Okay, continue with your thoughts.
Okay, so we didn't have such opportunity, but they have now. So it will go a long, long way to, help them in life. The joy that comes with it, and even afterwards, it will still linger on. Yes.
All right. Earlier on, I had asked us how better this day should be celebrated, and maybe we should go back to that, because like you pointed out, if in your days there were no such opportunities and it is available now for the children, how should it be made more memorable and a very defining moment for the Nigerian child? In what specific ways, apart from the march pasts that are usually heard, what are the other ways you think these days could be better celebrated?
Okay, like I said earlier, I said the government needs to look at their policies to know where they've gone wrong, where they've got it right, and where they need to improve. So it's not all about paperwork, it's all about implementing it. There are schools, we can't take away schools from the celebration. School is at the center of it. So look at what schools are doing to better the children and how to improve on it. Not just paperwork, but move into action to help schools and, of course, homes to bring out the best in all these children.
Okay. Mrs. Usua, I am back to you. How can children become good ambassadors of their families and schools and maybe the society in general?
It first starts from the family. A child can grow up to be a very good ambassador because a child can grow up to be a very good ambassador by the foundation that was laid in the family, because the foundation of a child lays in the family. That is the primary source of a child's growth, and so the family is where the child learns from, and the family that a child comes from determines how the child can grow up to be.
Okay, so would you say families are molding children to become good ambassadors, and in what ways should they show this example of being good ambassadors of their families and schools and of course the society in general?
Children, yes, the family molds the children to be the good ambassadors, and children can also be good ambassadors in their own way to support themselves and the country and the world at large. They don't just have to, they have to look at the positive impacts that the family and also the community gives to them.
Okay, Master Agashua, yes. Some thoughts I would like you to share with us. How can children become good ambassadors of their families, the school, their church, their society, just everyone around them? In what ways should children become good ambassadors, and what should be the role of the family to mold them becoming good ambassadors?
As is known everywhere that the first stage of learning in life begins at home. So when you have a strong moral background at home, without you putting in any effort, it just emits in the society. Aside from that, schools, the Article 3 of the United Nations responsibility of a child first states that a child listens to advice. So when you learn in life as you grow, there's no need forgetting whatever you've learned. It should stick with you till the very end. So with that alone, it will mold you into a good ambassador of both your family, your church, and your school.
Okay, and what are those good examples that children should show to actually portray their family being proud of them, their school being proud, their church beating their beating their chest that, oh, Agashua is my son, is a student of St. Dominick's High School. In what ways should they make such a classifications of the society so proud? What are the examples?
For instance, courtesy is an example. Like, we students of St. Dominick's High School, we are always told to be courageous. Wherever you are, you should be courageous. As our principal will say, nobody is going to kill you. So you should be courageous, be bold. But being bold doesn't mean you should do what you think is right. What you think is right might be right, but in your own view it is right, but in another person's view it is wrong. So I would say courtesy, being courageous, keeping away from bad activities, associating ourselves with good pairs, and many others.
Okay, that's fine, Mrs. U-ungwa.
Okay.
Apart from being a teacher, you are also a parent.
Sure.
In what ways can children become good ambassadors of their families and, of course, schools, and the influence these two institutions, the family and the other aspects, have upon the children?
All right. Before I answer that question, I want to go back. Most times when children err, we tend to blame them, but it's not entirely their fault. Now, the first 8 years of a child is when you impute what you want to be there. So if you're showing them negative examples as parents, adults in the community, you are going to get irresponsible adults. So we parents and teachers and churches and communities, we should first of all model good behaviors to them. So if you show them good behavior, of course, in return they will get it. The fear of God. So most times is what they see around that they depict. So if you want them to be responsible, we should be responsible adults for them to emulate us. Fear of God, courtesy, respect. Even children deserve respect. So respect begets respect. So if you show them respect as little as they are, they grow up to show respect as well. So we parents need to work on ourselves, okay, and pay attention to their needs, and then in return, they will have that confidence in us. They will want to fail us. So as a child, for you to make your parents proud, you need to know where you're coming from. You know all what your parents go through, to bring you up. So try and avoid things that will make them weep. That's all I have to say.
It's okay. Let me come back to you, Mrs. Usua. How can parents develop better relationship with their children?
Parents can develop better relationships with their children by trying to understand them and not always putting blames on them when they do wrong things. As a parent, you can develop a better relationship with your child by helping them to grow emotionally and also figure out their weaknesses and how to help them. As a parent, you have to develop a much more closer relationship with your child in order to understand them and help them grow better.
Okay, Master Agashua, the same issue. Let's look at the ways parents can develop a better and a stronger bond between them and children.
Parents can develop a better and stronger bond between them and children by first of all providing emotional support to their children, because most parents of nowadays, they don't even have time for their children. They go to work by 6, come back by 8. By the time they're already back, their children are sleeping. Most children don't even get the opportunity to see their parents once in a week. Maybe Saturdays and Sundays are the only time they are opportune to see their parents. So aside from emotional support, Parents should also be positive models, that's role models to their children. With that alone, it brings you closer, because your child wants to be closer to you when they see you as a positive role model. Parents should also give room for mistakes, because most parents don't.
By giving room for mistakes, I think to give room to correct mistakes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
Yes.
Because most parents don't even give them the chance of making mistakes. So once they make mistake, either they are into child abuse or putting them under hard labor. But I'm not saying they shouldn't correct them. They should give. There are some minor mistakes children make that don't really need flogging and all that. They should also give room for positive growth and improvement, because if you're a parent, not all but most parents, when they are at home with their children and they see that their children begin doing something good, they begin doing something that they haven't been doing before, they most of the time see it as them learning what they are not supposed to learn, while what they are doing is actually good. So they should give room for positive growth and improvement.
Okay, give room for positive growth and improvement. That leads me to you, Mrs. U-ungwa.
Right.
You listen to the children.
Yes.
They had their expectations of parents. To
Yes.
what extent are parents meeting up some of these expectations the children have pointed out?
Unfortunately, most of us are not meeting up. We parents, let me put it in general. All right, our upbringing is different from theirs. Their parents probably, or our parents probably, were not as exposed as we are. So the kind of treatment we got shouldn't be the kind of treatment we're giving them. What am I trying to say? We're training 21st century children. They are more exposed. So hard punishment will not be the way out. One, listen to them. Let them speak. Hear their own side of the story. These children are exposed. Most of us are not at home, and they are more exposed, comparing them to how we used to be at their age. So we need to hear them out, hear them explain, know where they are coming from, to know how to guide them. So communication is the key. Listen to them. Apart from that, provide basic needs for them. Because if you don't, they will go out to get it. Anyhow, they will definitely go out to get it. So provide basic needs to them. Make yourself available, hear them, communicate with them so that you can guide them. And I would like to put in here that it's okay to make mistakes. But after that, what next? Give them that support so that they can grow emotionally, grow academically, and assure them that all will be fine, and it will definitely be fine.
Okay. Dear listener, if you are just tuning in, you have been listening to Perspectives on iGet Radio 95.5 Star FM Makurdi. Today is Children's Day, May 27, are set aside by the Nigerian government every year to celebrate children in Nigeria, and that is what we are discussing on Perspectives this morning. I have with me in the studio two children and an adult who are sharing their thoughts with us. First, I have with me a student of the Leadership Preparatory School, Kanshio, here in Makurdi. Miss Theresa Usua is with us. I also have a student of St. Dominick's High School, Tse-Ayu, also here in Makurdi, Master Isaac Agashua. He's also with us, and of course the head teacher, Wajina International School's Welfare Quarters here in Makurdi, Mrs. Hope U-ungwa. They are sharing their thoughts with us on what this day means to them, and of course children out there, and the ways issues concerning children should be given more attention. Already the line for text messages is activated for us to take your contribution through text or WhatsApp. That line is 0912-699-9404. 0912-699-9404. You may send us a text or a WhatsApp chat to contribute to the program through that line. And later at 10 o'clock, we remind you of the line for calls so you may call in and also share your thoughts with us on this day. And let's remind you, this program is streaming live on our website on www.agetradiotv.com. If you log on to that website, please check the top right corner. You see a radio icon there. If you click on it, you'll be sure to listen to us live. And also, if you have your Radio Garden app on any device at all, you may listen to I Get Radio content, this program and every other content. And this program is also streaming on all our social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. If you search I Get Radio and TV out on these platforms, you'll be sure to find us and follow the live stream conversation. Miss Usua, I am with you once again. What should be the relationship between children and teachers?
The relationship between children and teachers should be an understandable one. Teachers, in their own parts, are also supposed to give time to their students, because in school, actually, not every student goes along very well with studies. So as a teacher, you are also there to help the students develop academically.
Okay, and would you say teachers are actually living up to expectation, helping students develop academically and also morally?
Well, I cannot say surely, but teachers, not everywhere that teachers give attention to students, because in Nigeria today, teachers just enter the class and teach and go out. So not every teacher is meeting up to the expectation that they are supposed to.
Okay, but would you say they are actually setting good examples for the children in terms of giving them a moral direction even in schools?
I don't know.
You are not certain. Okay, Master Agashua, give us your thoughts on what you think should be the relationship between children and teachers. And by children here, it could be the context of students, because virtually every child is meant to be a student before becoming a great adult later on, maybe.
My opinion on the relationship between teachers and students is that it should be a very strong one, because when you're out of home and you're in school, it is taken that your teachers are now in charge of you. That is, they are your guardians, they are your parents. So most of the time students have problems, but they can't tell their parents. You see them running to their teachers because most students confide more in their teachers than their parents. So it should be one of them willing and being able to teach them not only what they learn in class, but also give them direction in life, because students and children really need direction in life. So aside from learning things in class, they should also give moral support, emotional support, and also counseling to children and students.
Okay, Mrs. U-ungwa, you have listened to the children.
Yes.
You are a teacher. Give us, is this meant to be the ideal between the teacher and students, or children and our teachers living up to expectation?
All right. Teachers are living up to expectation. When you talk about good schools, there are schools and there are schools. So as a parent, before you put your child in any school, check that school. Now, I'll talk about where I work, which is Wajina International Schools. The relationship is very cordial.
Okay.
That's why I said, as a parent, you should be mindful of where you put your child. There are schools where, probably because they don't pay well and they take out the frustration on the children. But in general, good schools, now, yes, the relationship should be cordial, so that the children can approach you and tell you even things they cannot tell their parents. They can confide in you. So if you are, as a teacher, if you are too strict, children will run away. That's one thing teachers should note. And if you are too friendly, the children will also not know where to draw the line. So be effective, be firm, yes. And then teachers relate well with children. That's what I'm saying. Yes, we do. In good schools.
Okay, in terms of being a moral guide to the children, for instance, and discipline that you want to sustain for them, in what ways should such discipline be applied to serve as a moral guide to
okay, some looking at their background, some have been abused at home before coming to school. So it's not all about melting up punishment on them. Dialogue and understand what happened and where it's coming from, so that you'll be able to give a guide. Some needs counseling. Beating don't even touch some of them. So you take them through another route. So you talk about preaching to them, counseling, scriptures, so many ways you can use to get them. So it's not all about punishment, no. Bringing them closer, dialogue, observe, serve as role model, and you have better kids. Yes.
Okay, but before I get back to the children, I will ask you pointedly, what is the place of corporal punishment in the discipline of children in schools?
Okay, corporal punishment, to me, I am against it as a person, and I don't think it's the best. Now, let's take, for instance, a child that it's always, should I say stealing, is a habit. You keep flogging, the child is stealing, you keep flogging. What do? So corporal punishment will in fact, it will worsen the whole thing rather than solve the problem. So the best thing to do is find out why that child is doing it. I know of a child that comes to school without food. So what do you want that child to do? Is to pick. So you start by providing what the child needs first, which is when others are taking snacks, you don't have. So you start by looking into that first. Look at their needs. What causes that? Is there any friend at home or elsewhere coaching the child? So you take away the source where the problem is coming from before you talk about. I'm not saying that punishment is not good. It is. You can caution as a caution, but not corporal punishment. Sometimes it might lead to damage rather than solve. So get to the source of the problem, tackle it there, then from there you can know what to do.
All right. Mrs. Usua, I am back to you. One of the popular refrain we hear on Children's Day celebration, like it is being marked today, is children are the leaders of tomorrow. As leaders of tomorrow, what kind of qualities would you advise children to deepen or develop, cultivate, preparing them to become future leaders?
Children are supposed to cultivate a habit of seriousness in their studies. As they are the future generation, they have to be very serious with their studies. That is also a point that leads them to being the future leaders. And they also have to look up to their role models, because since they are the future generation, their role models now are the people that they are to look up to, so as to build them to be better leaders of tomorrow.
Okay, before I go to your colleague, you mentioned a role model. As a child, as a student, do you have role models and mentors that you look up to, and what are the kind of qualities you look out for this kind of models or mentors?
Yes, as a child, we have role models, and our role models could be our parents, they could be our teachers in school as well, and also, let's say, our Sunday school teachers as well. So the qualities that they can look up to their role models for, the qualities are like the qualities that make them see the positivity in them, like the qualities in their role models that make the children believe that they also can grow up to be future leaders. And also, the qualities can be being responsible, taking responsibility for what you are supposed to take responsibility for.
Okay, Master Agashua, the same question. Future leaders, children are leaders of tomorrow. What kind of qualities should the leaders of tomorrow as children develop? And also the place of role models and mentors that you look up to. What kind of qualities do you look out for these models?
What kind of qualities to be looked out for in role models and in leaders of tomorrow, that's we the children, are first of all selflessness. They should see that they aren't the only one in the society. Most leaders of the world today are not even concerned about the people they govern. They are rather concerned about their own selfish interests. Okay, now you're given the power to govern a particular group of people, you're given money to share, and then due to your selfish nature you bring it all to yourself. No, it's wrong. First of all, they need to develop the quality of selflessness. Secondly, I would say responsibility. There's a saying that goes, everything that's worth doing is worth doing well. So no matter the task you are given, I advise that you do it well. Whether there's someone watching or not, do it well. The reward will surely come. I will also say hard work. Why there's much underdevelopment in the country and in other places of the world is laziness. You have something to do, you're just feeling too reluctant to do it. No, it's wrong. You should be hardworking at all time. And then qualities to look for in role models. Role models are not just people who you want to be like. There are people, we choose role models not because of their net worth, their lifestyle. We choose role models because of what they have in them. For instance, most people say Elon Musk is their role model because of the money he has. But no, I would say someone picking Elon Musk as a role model should pick him for the zeal he has to produce things. When producing the first aircraft that left the world to space, he tried the first time, it didn't work. Most people after the first trial they would have stopped, but he went again for the second time, it didn't work. When he went for the third time, it finally worked. So if you can see, there's a zeal in him to continue doing what he wants. So that is the kind of quality someone should look for in a role model.
That's persistence, perseverance. Yes. That you're the zeal. I'm just putting it in other words by what you mean, right? Okay. Let me come to you, Mrs. U-ungwa. You have listened to the children.
Yes.
You nurture them. Qualities that these leaders of tomorrow you imbue and instill in them to become future leaders. What are those kind of qualities?
Okay, they've mentioned some of the qualities, but in summary, it should be live prepared. You should be prepared. Don't feel that tomorrow is still far. No, before you know it, the tomorrow will come. So in all you do, be prepared. As a student, keep reading. You are not getting it, keep trying. You are getting it, aim higher. So be prepared, and then back it up with good behavior. Back it up with good behavior. You should have role models for different reasons. Spiritually, you should have a role model. Hard work, you should have a role model. Everything you want to be, you should have a role model for it. Of course, no one person has it all. But for those adults that you are looking up to, you know the positive things you want to pick from them. So you pick and you run with it. Live prepared. Don't leave today's work for tomorrow. Procrastination should be taken away.
Okay. Before we open the line shortly, I will still come back on this issue of role model and mentors. Mrs. Usua, do you have a role model? Do you have a mentor? Who is that role model mentor to you?
I would like to say, truly, my role model is a teacher in my school. and that is Mr. Obekpa Dennis. He is a role model to me spiritually. He is a role model to me because he is hardworking. He is very disciplined in his dealing with students and very prayerful. He has a very good
A composer of relating with children also?
Yes, that also. And he has a very good way of relating with children.
Okay.
And he really understands children and the students as well.
Okay. Do you have one role model or mentor? What has made that model or mentor distinguished that you look out for him or her?
My role model is Aliko Dangote.
Okay.
He's my role model not because he's the richest man in West Africa. He is my role model for someone who, like me, wants to study economics. He started his business in a very small scale, but due to his hard work, passion and zeal for what he was doing, it gradually grew to where he is today. So just for his zeal and passion for his business, that's whatever he's doing, whatever he started with, that alone made him a role model.
All right, Mrs. U-ungwa, you have listened to the children. Again, I will ask you what kind of features or qualities they should look out for in a mentor or a model before they choose one.
Okay, they should watch out for a mentor who is hardworking, a mentor who is resilient. You don't give up easily. So as they're growing up, they will know that for them to get to where that person is, they need to put in a lot. It requires hard work. A mentor that is truthful, a mentor that is honest. As a Christian, you should be honest in life. A mentor that considers others, that is selfless. Some make so much and then they give out back to the society. Not a selfish mentor, that you amass so much wealth and one day you leave it here without impacting life and you die. So a mentor that is also reaching out to others. As they are making so much, they have so much, they give out again to impact life. So basically, a mentor that it's behaving well as well. Because some, yes, they are rich, but if you dig deeper, the other side of them, you might also not like it. So a mentor whose behavior is worthy of emulation. Okay.
We'll be opening the line shortly, but I'll come back to Mrs. Usua now. And this will be from the point of view of social vices. How can children avoid social vices?
Children can avoid social vices by staying close to those people who are their role models and they think that they have positive behaviors, and they can also stay away from social vices by heeding to the advice of their elders and also their role models.
Okay, Master Agashua, how can children avoid social vices?
First of all, they can avoid social vices by having the ability to choose between wrong and right, good and bad. Most children don't really know what is good and what is bad. People smoke. Most children smoke, that's teenagers smoke, because they see people doing. They don't know whether it's good or it is bad. All this happens because they were not told from the start. Second, I would say they should associate themselves with good peer pressure. When you've associated yourself with bad friends, a friend who is bad to you might be good to another person, but the quality in which the person shows to you defines whether the person is good or bad. So when someone shows a bad quality to you as a friend, my advice is that you stay away before it may lead you into something you don't know or you don't want to do. Because if there's any strong influence on the child, is the people he or she associates with.
That's the peer pressure you talked about.
Yes, sir. So they should stay away. And then another way of avoiding social vices for children is that when you see something, or when someone is trying to teach you something you don't know, please reach out to someone and ask, because most of the time you have people doing what they think is good while it's not good. Like for instance, I said smoking earlier. Someone might be smoking, but to him is good. Okay, now if you ask maybe an adult or anybody that tell you it's not good, next thing you should do is to heed to what the person said and keep away, because they say what an adult will tell you, even if you sit on an iroko tree, you won't see it. So heed to advice.
Okay, Mrs. Ungwa, shortly before you are open the line, give us your thoughts on this same issue. It is also alleged that this was part of the issue of social vices. It is alleged that children as tender as those in primary schools are being initiated in cult groups, for instance, and taken to other social vices.
Yes.
How can this be curtailed?
Okay. As a parent now, you train your child the way he should go, so that when he or she grows up, he will not depart from it. So as a parent, we go back to the home. Learn to communicate. Tell them what it is. This is wrong and this is bad. Call their names. Don't paint words. The world is exposed, so when you are not there, they have access to gadgets, and so start by educating them at home. Now to schools. It's a place where children come from different backgrounds where parents are not there, backgrounds where they have adults that teach them stuff, and then they bring it to school. So the school has a serious role to play in trying to cut it at the bud. For instance, a child came to school one day and was playing a game with another child. Of course, the innocent child was actually playing the game and making the sign, only for someone else to see them and say, that is for a particular cult group. And then when we dug deeper to know where that came from, he innocently said his elder brother taught him. It's a sign of a particular cultist group. So what am I saying? Homes, they all come together in school. So teachers are to watch out, find out those bad vices and nib it before it grew bigger and gets to secondary school. And then for the children themselves, those of them in secondary, peer pressure. For primary, it's easier to curtail them, to stop them. And they are more believable, they believe adults. But when they grow older, secondary school now, you see them take decisions on their own, peer pressure comes in. Be mindful of the group you surround yourself with. If you are not comfortable, it's okay to say no. You are not comfortable with anything, speak out, say no. Speak to adults about it. Don't just keep quiet or for you to belong. No. It's okay to say no. Say no, speak to adults, and they will come to your rescue.
It's okay. It's about time for us to engage with those listening to us. The line has been buzzing since we started it. People are in high spirit to identify with our children as they celebrate their day. The line to call to contribute is 0814-335-9292. 0814-335-9292. Once you connect with us, tell us your name and where you are calling from. Then you go ahead and make your submission. Please keep it very brief, maximum 2 minutes. If you go beyond 2 minutes, we may be tempted to disconnect you, so as to allow others also have the opportunity to contribute on the program. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Happy Children's Day. Welcome to the program.
I wish you the best wish the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Oladuin Amos. I'm calling from Batowa community, a village close to Adaka, 8 kilometers away from Makurdi.
Okay, good to have you join us, Oladuin Amos. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I think I am very grateful to celebrate the children because I was once a child. Very importantly, the children in the studio they are listening to me. Leaders of tomorrow, you have to prepare. I am working on a theory propounded by American linguist Noam Chomsky that language is innate. I want to develop on that theory by saying that knowledge is innate, meaning that the children that are born biologically correct are being endowed with the knowledge to discern the right thing and the wrong thing. So as future leaders, the path to which you took for you to become a future leader determines how you start, by what you need to do. Putting your academics rightly, you talk about the role model, following the right people, because in life there must be mentorship. Someone will mentor you for you to become a good leader tomorrow. So people they look up to should be people that they will nurture them in the right perspective where they will follow. And at the end of the day, they will be future leaders they are clamoring for. Again, peer pressure. They should know the people they will work with, because people that they are going about with now will determine who they will be in the nearest future. So I am calling the children. It is very important, your academics and all of that. Again, finally, because of what the people are calling, the children should be obedient to their parents, because the parents is the first agent of socialization.
All right.
It is whereby they should incorporate the advice of the parents, because they are the one paying their fee,
All right.
doing everything to know that they get knowledge they desire. So they should listen and to a listening ear to whatever advice given to useful advice for that matter
Thank
given
you.
to them by
Thank
the
you.
parents. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Oladuin Amos. We appreciate you. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. We are timing you if you go beyond 2 minutes. Well, okay. Thank you very much, Oladuin, for your contribution on the program. Hello, good morning. And
Hello,
welcome
this is Edambauka.
Edambauka, good to have you.
Good morning, and all your happy Children's Day to all of you.
Thank you very much, sir. Happy
Well,
Children's Day to you
majorly,
too.
I want to say that we are all children,
Yes.
no matter your age. That's why they say God is the father of all. So we must continue to remember that we are children of God. And I think in this season where you are giving us very tight timing, I would just encourage that government should see to it that the vulnerable children in poor families pick 774 local governments every year on Children's Day. Look for the poorest child, allocate them a small house with their parents. Not to say people should become lazy, but at the same time, that will show that you are celebrating children. Plan your cities, make available parks where children can go there, no alcohol, no drugs, well supervised, so that children can have environments where they can rest and really relax and think, not streets where you have Okada, wah, wee, ah, then this place is a beer parlor. Even if it is a church, very noisy, no serene environment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Edambauka. We appreciate you. Government should take issue of housing for poorest children very serious. That's your submission, Edambauka. We thank you. Hello, good morning. You are breaking our ground on. Please turn down your radio set or move away from it, please. Turn down the volume, please.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, we're interested in speaking with you only if you turn down the volume of your radio set or you move away from it.
Okay.
Yes, happy Children's Day. Welcome to the program.
My name is
Stephen.
Obule.
Stephen who?
Obule.
Stephen Obule. Where are you reaching us from?
International Market.
Okay, International Market in Makurdi, right?
Yes.
Stephen, go ahead. Happy Children's Day to you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead. We are listening to you.
I want government to...
Hello, Stephen? Stephen?
Yes.
Yes, you want government to? Go ahead. We are listening to you.
To stop children walking around.
Okay. Okay. Could I,
to avoid accidents and casualties.
all right. And what again?
And molestation.
And molestation. Okay, Stephen, could that be all from you?
Yes?
Could that be all from you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for making your feelings known to the government.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. All right, that's a child there from International Market in Makurdi. Stephen Obule. Government should stop hacking as well as molestation. I hope the authorities are listening to the concerns of children. Hello.
Good morning, my brother in the studio of Star FM Makurdi.
Good morning to you. Welcome to Perspectives.
Actually, from care for the stable family nursery and primary school of Ligu Boju.
Okay, Achimi Joe, today is Children's Day, so we will only accept you to mention the name of your school only for today. But going forward.
Okay, yes, that will be done only for today because I know today is special day.
Okay, go ahead, Achimi Joe.
All right, I am very, very optimistic with the children's celebration today. You know, children, they are the leaders of the school. So I want the government of the day to do things for the children so that their lives will be better off. Like today I prepared up my book. I don't know, I've been looking for them. Today is no school. They were moving around so I cannot be able to get them now on behalf of them. Now, like school here, we established
Achimi Joe, your line is breaking. Hello, Achimi Joe. Yes, we are listening to you, except that your network is breaking. So
because that is what is happening. So we want the government to keep listening to the children so that their future will be bright, so they can enhance new development in the area of learning and maybe other like school so many items.
Achimi, may you change your position? Maybe the network can improve if you change your position. Go on, please.
All right. So we also need a school bus that can be conveying some of the children to their various schools. And I want to also sound the warning that the government should also better the life of children with disability. They should keep them in a better position, in a better direction for their lives to be better off. So that when they finish from school, they also contribute their quota as leaders of tomorrow, as I have itemized.
Okay, thank you.
Because I can believe
Thank you, Achimi Joa. Your point is made. Thank you. Yes.
We need to be happy with them in everything they do.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your point is made, Achimi Joa. We appreciate your submission. We are really strict with our timing today to allow other persons also have the opportunity to air their opinion. Your concern that government should give attention to children with special needs is noted. Thank you. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume so we can speak. Happy Children's Day.
Happy Children's Day to everyone.
Thank you. Tell us your name and where you are reaching us from.
My name is Sarah Paul.
Sarah Paul.
I'm reaching people from Kanshio in Makurdi.
Okay. Did you say Sarah Paul?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sarah, go ahead.
I want the government to minimize cultism because cultism is alarming in the states. Our young boys are into cultism. Our young girls too are into cultism. And they say children are the leaders of tomorrow. So I want the government to minimize cultism in the states.
Okay, Sarah Paul, could that be all from you?
Yes.
Okay, but Sarah, before you go, since you have made requests from government, Sarah, you are still close to your radio. Move away so that we can hear you and talk better, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, you said government should minimize cultism. Children on their own part, what should they do to keep away from cultism and other social vices?
Say it again, sir.
Okay, what should children do to keep away from social vices like cultism, which you want government to minimize?
Let them reject peer pressure
Okay.
from their schoolmates or peers.
Okay.
Let them get to speak out to their parents and adults, and also people that are molesting them. They should report to authority.
Okay. Thank you very much. Could that be all from you? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, sir.
Happy Children's Day. Thank you. Have a great celebration. Thank you, Sarah. Minimize cultism. Children, if you have anyone molesting you, report to the authorities. Sarah Paul says so from Kanshio. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my good brother.
Morning to you, sir. Welcome to Perspectives.
Thank you. I am Ondachi Gabriel from Ojapama.
Ondachi Gabriel, thank you for joining us. Hi, Sojapoma this morning.
I'm feeling very fine.
All right. Thank you.
Children jubilate in all about.
Pardon?
The children jubilate in all about because of their day.
All right. It's okay. Go ahead, Ondachi.
Happy Children's Day to the girls that are students in the house there and all over the world.
Thank you.
And like you have heard it from them, it's not a mere saying that tomorrow is our children, our youth. The government hold that one in mind to hand over tomorrow to the children. So what I want the children to do first is to follow the example, because all we do started from home. Characters are built from home. Let them follow their parents' example first, obey their parents, and when they go to church, let them listen to the pastors and reverend fathers, that whatever is preached from the altar, let them grip it and then make use of it in their life, that you can take them as good example of leaders of tomorrow. It's not just to boy people and they become leaders of tomorrow. So they have to obey their parents first. Whatever the parents teach them, let them listen to them. And the parents, teach your children the way they like to be in tomorrow's life. That the children may praise you and other people may praise you as parents. To the government, I want our government, but they have gone around all the time to see that our environment are fit for our children. Example, the schools that we have around now, if you visit some of them, you cry, you lament. So the government should visit the school where it is good to prepare, so they make it conducive for our children to learn, that they become leaders. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ondachi Gabriel. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Government should provide safe learning environment for children. Children should be God-fearing. Many points raised there by Ondachi Gabriel from Ojakwama, Doka in Otukpo local government. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, you are on. Morning to you. Welcome to Perspectives.
Children's Day. My name is Malasi Peter from London.
Okay, it seems you are in a very noisy place. May you to step away so we can hear you. Did you say Peter who?
Okay. My name is Peter Manasseh.
Okay, Peter Manasseh. Thank you, from North Bank. Go ahead.
Yeah. Listening to this program, I finally accept to have a role model. My role model now is our governor, our present governor. And before, as I was growing up, having a role model as or musician or artist. But listening to the program, I finally accepted my role model to be my home. Because seeing the work he's doing in the state is very, very impressive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Peter Manasseh. Thank you. All right, we should choose role models that are beyond musicians. That is a message Peter Manasseh from North Bank is passing to us. Thank you for your thoughts. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. My name is Tse-Ayu Regional President from local government.
Okay, happy Children's Day, Ibrahim Akura.
I wish you the same and the guest in the studio.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. this day is a very fantastic day. When growing up, I was very excited on this particular day because of the engagement that our school by then engage with the children. It's amazing. So I'm calling on the parents and guardians. Let them be resilient, focused, and determined, etc. Mentoring or sponsoring their children or guardians to school. Let them give them moral decadent. You know, children do imitate what is wrong faster than positive one. So let the parents or guardians give them positive advice and positive behaviors, because if they grow up, they will stick to it. And in terms of education, let the teachers in the school that are guiding them to help them in a positive way, correcting them when they are wrong or one way or the other. And after doing that, let the child know the wrong that he or she does that made that person her or she, so that we have a working relationship and conducive environment of providing necessary facilities, school, and the relevant government to take proper care of that, so that it will set a space for the private institutions.
All right.
Also,
Okay.
so that our conditions will be modest, and above all,
Thank you.
we get fear of God.
All right. Thank you.
So that
Thank you very much. Fear of God. Fear of
you're
God.
welcome, sir.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Safe environment for students, for children, fear of God. And at some points, we appreciate you, Ibrahima Akora. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost connection with that call. Hello, good morning. Welcome to...
Good morning, sir.
Morning, welcome to Perspectives.
Happy.
Thank you. Happy Children's Day to you.
I am Polycarp Zaka calling from Northbound.
All right, Polycarp, go ahead.
You know, I too remember a day like this. You know, when it comes to this day, I will be very, very happy because I know when my time and my days lose for me. You know, when we were I was in the primary school in 1996 to 99, I finished. This day like this, we will be very, very happy and be very happy with friends and our teachers, because the way they organized this day was very good for us. If we take a look at this time, a very good day like this, some schools are closed, which is not supposed. They have to organize the children, teach them some sport and dramas, so that they will be rejoicing and doing and be.
Hello, Polycarp. Oh, we lost connection with Polycarp, but part of your point is made anyway. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to Perspectives.
Yes, my name is Jude calling from Bakume, where is.
Thank you for joining us, Jude Upeve.
Thank you, sir. I salute you again.
Yeah, thank you, Jude. My guests are throwing salute here to you too.
Okay. You see, Children's Day is very, very important. It's a unique day, I must say, because this is the day children celebrate worldwide. And I am calling on the children first. They should listen to their parents. That is starting from the family front. Whatever your parents tells you to do, please do it. He is the one giving you support morally in terms of upbringing. So you should listen to your parents. Parents on their part should give out best to the children. Inculcate good discipline, because when you spare the rod, you spoil the child. I'm talking about discipline. They should discipline your child
or your children well, so that when they grow up, they will become useful citizens of this country. To the government, or to the teachers to inculcate good knowledge into the children. They should also discipline the children as well, because that is the second point of discipline. Because when the child, when the parents fail at home, you as a teacher, you can try well to correct the child in school. Okay. So I am calling on all teachers, give us the best you can do in terms of inculcating good knowledge into the children. And lastly, to the government should create a neighborhood environment to the children to learn. Because when you go around some schools, you will discover that there are dilapidated structures. There are no classrooms for children to sit and acquire lessons. So I'm calling on government, both proprietors that have established schools, to please sit up and ensure that there are good structures in their schools.
Thank you, Jude.
For children to learn. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Jude Upeve, for your submission. We appreciate you. All right, let's come back to our guest in the studio. But before I come back to you, just one more call shortly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Your radio is close to you, so...
Okay. Yes, I am Simeon Odo from Kanshio.
Simeon Odo, thank you for joining us.
Yes. See, first of all, we are talking about celebration of children. Children are celebrating themselves too. We should celebrate with them. There is no celebration without food. Some of them are in RBB Square now. From morning till the closure. No water to drink, no biscuit, no sweet, nothing, no uniform. And you are calling it celebrating the children. No. The government should make sure that it celebrates with them. Give them enough food. You know, children like food, especially gathering like this. Share something for them. At least take away home. They will come home with joy. We went for the celebration, yes. And when they reach home, the parents also at home should celebrate with them by giving them what they need to keep them happy. Apart from the discipline in the home, in the school, wherever, whether they have role model, yes. The children in the studio in Agate Radio have spoken all. We like it. But what about the celebration itself? The school should try to give them uniforms for the celebration. Cook for them so that the children will be happy. You know. So while you just celebrate, say we are celebrating children, this is Children's Day without anything. No.
All right.
I don't think it is good.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Simeon Odo.
Yes.
As a public-spirited person, you have a role too. I'm sure you are planning to cook some food for children in your community.
Yes, I've already cooked for them.
All right, thank you, Simeon. I would love to come and eat because I'm a child too, of course.
See, some of them are under the sun, they are suffering without anything, and they come home very hungry.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Simeon. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Simeon. Let's come back to our guest, Mrs. Usua. You have listened to the reactions of several callers. What comments would you like to make over some of the submissions our callers have made, ranging from providing safe school learning environment for children, fear of God, keeping away from peer pressure, bad company that corrupts, respecting your parents, so many points raised. Comment on that briefly before we dive into other issues.
I would like to thank everybody that called to contribute to Children's Day, that they should keep on caring for children's welfare.
All right. Master Agashua, comments from you, from what you have been the reaction. You can see how enthusiastic people are identifying with the children.
Thank you to all who reached out and brought in their various contributions. All they've said still falls back to them, to that we the children, choosing between what's right and what's wrong. So my opinion here is to encourage learning at all levels, whether at home, in church, or in schools. So please put them through on what is right and what is wrong in the society.
Okay, Mrs. U-ungwa. Also, your comments briefly on some of the reactions from callers before we come back to our issues in the studio.
All right. I appreciate those that called in. And the area I want to speak about, those that spoke about the less privileged, those who are displaced, that government should do all they can for them to be part of the celebration. The government should look into that. Thank you.
All right. Okay, now, Mrs. Usua, let's look at the angle of our direction in our discussion. How can the government ensure a bright future for the Nigerian child?
Governments can enforce agencies to give alms to the needy children to help support them in their daily lives.
It's okay. Master Agashua, also on the same concern, in what ways would you like to see government ensure a bright future for the Nigerian child?
There are various ways in which the government can nurture the Nigerian child. First, by harnessing their talent. Many children have talent in them, but due to them not being harnessed, all that happens is that they drift away like a sheep astray. Secondly, I will encourage them, or I will appeal to them that good educational facilities should be provided to these children, both the internally displaced and those going to school that are not good. I will also say that they should create agencies, both government and non-governmental, that will nurture the talents of these children. For instance, you have NGOs today like Theresa Foundation, which is aimed at nurturing the talents of children both in sports and in academics. So I will say that they nurture the talent first of all of these children.
Okay, Mrs. U-ungwa, in what ways would you like to see the Nigerian government deepen its commitment to making the future of the Nigerian child bright?
All right. First of all, they should provide safe environment. An environment where you have killings going on, let's take like Benue now, nothing will really thrive. So first of all, they should provide safe environment. Secondly, the children's talent, like he rightly said, should be, put together for them to turn it into something positive. If you don't make use of them, of course, they will use it negatively. That's why you have a lot of internet fraudsters around. It requires intelligence for you to actually do that. So, but if they provide a platform where they can compete, and engage them, I think that would be very, very helpful.
Okay, and that leads me to requesting you to also speak to us what should be the commitment towards ending violence against children in Nigeria, issues of child molestation, child abuse, sexual abuse, so many issues.
Okay, concerning child molestation, the punishment should be toughened. If you are caught doing it and you're sincerely punished, I think others will learn from it. So they should toughen the punishment for it so that others will learn from it. And then the children themselves, parents should play their role and caution their children so that they will always be at the right time at the right place, so that they won't be a prey in their hands.
Okay.
The punishment should be toughened.
Yes, so from your point of view as a teacher and as a parent, well, of course, beyond the children that are here in the studio with us, children are out there also listening to us. What kind of caution would you give them to avoid falling prey to molestation, sexual molestation, for instance, rape and some of those things?
Parents should teach their children to speak up. If someone is doing something not right with you, touching you inappropriately, speak up. And it's also okay to shout, scream. so that you can get help. Don't keep quiet about it. Don't feel ashamed. It takes someone who is brave. Yes, speak up so that it can be stopped. So parents, they have greater role to play too, to teach their children from home, in as much as teachers as well also educate them.
It's okay. Let's still go back to the phone lines. That is still buzzing, waiting with several calls. Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning to you.
Yes, one of my people to talk to you now. Actually, God bless man. Talk greet you now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Happy Children's Day to you.
Yeah, I wish you the same.
Also the same.
Okay, tell us your name.
Yeah, yeah.
My name is Peter.
Favorita?
Covenant Peter and Sandel.
Hello.
Covenant Peter and Sandel.
Okay, Covenant, speak to us briefly. How do you feel about Children's Day today, Covenant?
How do you feel about Children's Day? Fine. Ow!
Okay, thank you very much. Happy Children's Day to you. Wish you the very best, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Covenant. All right. Thank you very much, Achimijiwe, for getting one of the kids around you to speak to us as well. We appreciate you. Thank you, Covenant. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good
Morning, Emeka Nongu.
All right, thank you for joining us, Emeka Nongu.
Yes, I am very happy. I have to congratulate all the children for today that is their day. And I pray that God Almighty will continue guiding them as they become the leaders of tomorrow. I want to use this opportunity to ask all those parents who stay at home. From morning till night, you cannot see your children, you cannot see your father. Some of them stay very late, or your parents. So I am calling on them that they should have a day for their children. At least they should have, whether in the morning or in the evening time, they speak to their children, let them listen, and let them teach them, their children, some certain things that the children doesn't know, so that they can learn from it. And I call upon the government, even though the government is giving us health institutions and education centers, they should make it affordable for these children, especially the health. When you go to the hospitals today, you see that sometimes the drugs that is prescribed for the children are highly exorbitant. I want the government to do the needful, especially at the rural areas. Let them do the things that bring something to the family. And all these schools have been, maybe because of insecurity, some of them were torn down. They should be reconstructed so that children can go. And finally, I think I'm calling on the government. They are doing enough, but they should also try to make sure that all there is security in our rural areas and IDP camps. It is some time now people still remain in the IDP camp.
All right.
It is time for them to go back to their villages. Thank you very much.
Thank you, God bless you.
Children and every Nigerian.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Emeka Nongu from North Bank, for your contribution. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm Tse-Ayu calling from Lobby.
The name is who?
Tse-Ayu calling from Lobby.
Okay, Fiase Isaiah. Thank you for joining us. Lobby quarters in Makurdi.
Yeah, I'm so happy because today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday and happy Children's Day, Isaiah. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. There's this thing that I want to comment on, parents and guidance of today, nowadays, they're not even caring to their children, because you can see that some of those dialogues that are being communicated in our homes today, it's not good. If you can go to some other places, I went to that other house the other day, and the children were calling their father Pale. What does that? I don't even understand. There are some of those things that are supposed to be discouraged at some hope, So, there's this thing that I want to comment on. This issue of this nowadays and that trending, I don't know that parents that some other guys that are even planning to kill their parents, for money and some other this. It's not good, So parents have to be careful to their children. The mindful of those things you say to your children,
and be careful to them. You have to train them. You have to, I was very happy to the other guy, Master Agashua, right?
Yes.
And when he said that they have to lay a very good foundation to our children, that things you have to tell them, tell them good stories, train them very well, and take them to churches on Sundays, and then to Sunday schools as well. So they will be very nice and very good children when they grow up. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you, Fiase. Thank you very much. Thank you. That is the use of language. Parents should also guide the children on the choice of language to use in the home, in communicating with parents, and also we should curtail the trend of Yahoo. That is what Fiase is saying. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, this is Kwaza Vincent from North Bank, Makurdi.
All right, Kwaza Vincent, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yes. Happy Children's Day to the guests in the studio.
Thank you.
Yes. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to government, just as it has been doing in other sectors. They should try and reward the children on this special day of Children's Day, which is May 27, because most children are not aware that this is their day. They forget. But if there is any special reward for them, they will keep on remembering this particular day. Because if you go to most of our schools now, you ask children which day is your day, they will not know because the reward is not there for them. So if the government can make that...
Hello, Kwaza, are you there? Oh, we lost connection with you. Let's take one more call, and this way will be our last. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Morning to you. Hello? Hello? Oh, the network did not allow us to speak with you. Quite unfortunate. All right, the line is still open. Let's get the last call, and then we try to conclude. But before the calls that are coming in, let's take some few messages before we come back. Okay, let me get this call. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning to you.
I'm Peter Tiller. I'm calling you from ITV Square here in Makurdi.
All right, Peter, good to have you join us.
I also want to appreciate you so much for this wonderful program.
Thank you, Peter.
I also want to congratulate the children as they are celebrating their day today. You like all of us with children, and you all now, all the children of God, humanity all is children of God. But you see, I want please a passionate to the government, please do everything humanly possible to save the child, because they say that children are the future, and it's very, very true. If you go down in the interior, those rural dwellers, the children that are living there in rural areas, it is terrible. If you look at the condition of our schools there, it's nothing to write them about. Many are in the deplorable condition. Look at the issue of healthcare or primary healthcare system. If you go to my own council ward, there's nothing to write them about. The structure is there. What you see inside, they always put floor on the floor. There's nothing like even Panadol. So you look at when women are going to deliver, it's only God Almighty knows how those women go stable and give birth to those children safely. Only God Almighty knows. So government has to do everything humanly possible to make sure that the healthcare system, the primary healthcare system, is functional. And those primary
okay. Okay.
Who are doing this place?
Okay, Peter, I'm sorry we have to disconnect. Thank you. Your point is made. The network is not getting friendly at your end anymore, but your point is made. Thank you very much. And that will be our last call from Peter, so that we'll gradually draw our curtains. But a few messages, then we'll come back to our guest. This one says, our children are a blessing. We, the parent, have high hope and expectations from them. We are certain that they will make us proud. I wish them memorable celebrations. Sogoni Dogara from North Bank in Makurdi. Asogoni, thank you very much for your message. This one says, Happy Children's Day to all the children all over the world. And my wishes for them is more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Bangate Tefa Gabriel from Po in Makurdi. Thank you, Bangate, for your message. Those are the few we are able to accommodate, so that we'll try to gradually draw our curtains. But I'm back to our guest here in the studio, Master Agashua. I am with you now. What efforts would you like to see on the part of government towards protection of child rights in the country?
Government, on the part of protecting child rights in the country, first of all, there should be a law, that's a penalty, placed on those who are caught violating the rights of children, because it is a very, very serious offense. So if there is a punishment or a penalty placed on those who dare violate the rights of a child, from that alone others won't do it. And then secondly, they should make the child, the rights of a child publicly known, because not everyone knows it. Most people who haven't gone to schools don't know what child right means, so they should make it publicly known, maybe placed on billboards, announce it on radio stations and all other media.
Okay, that's the awareness. Apart from the punishment to be toughened, awareness about issues of child rights should also be made known. Ms. Usua, will share your thoughts with us on the commitment you would like to see with regards to child protection of child rights in the country on the part of government.
I would like to say that government should protect child's rights by enforcing also agencies that punish the violators of child's rights in our communities today, because most children these days their rights are being violated and there is no one to speak up for them. So I think that government should enforce agencies that are there to apply or to enforce punishment on those that offend.
Okay, that is empower the agencies, right? Okay, Mrs. U-ungwa, also give us your thoughts on the protection of child rights issues in the country as you have listened to the children.
All right. It can be taught in the schools as well. The children need to know their right. So schools can also teach those rights. First thing is for them to know the right before you know that it's being violated. So we should teach those rights in the schools for children to know their rights. And violators, like I said earlier, should be punished so that others will keep away.
All right. Okay, I am back to you, Master Agashua, this time again. And if you meet the governor of Benue State or the president of Nigeria, what would you ask them to do for the Nigerian child?
Firstly, as I said earlier, I would say they should nurture the talents of a Nigerian child, because we all have potentials in us, most of which are yet to be harnessed. So when you nurture these talents, it's amazing watching them grow into a very big tree. Secondly, I would say, as it said in the Article 3 of the United Nations Child Rights book, the two most important rights of a child are right to health care and right to education. So if these two main rights are provided, then all will go well.
Okay. Mrs. Usua, do you have a contrary opinion with regards to particularly the most important rights, which your colleague pointed out, education and right to health care? He pointed that out. But the same question I put to him, I will ask you, if you meet the governor of Benue State or the president of Nigeria, what would you ask them to do for the Nigerian child?
If I meet the governor of Benue State or the governor or the president, seeing the position they hold and the power that they have to implement laws and fix the condition of the country, I would like to see that they should regulate schools. They should make a law that regulates schools in order to help the children, because children is our focus and they are the future leaders, so they have to be well equipped for tomorrow's work. So I would say that the government should really nurture the talents of the children in order to help them grow, because what they have now is what they will use in the future.
Okay, nurture talents. The discovery of this talent starts at the school platform. Mrs. U-ungwa, in what ways can school authorities nurture the talents of the children and expose them, and also prioritize the safety of school children?
All right.
That's two in one that I have wrapped together.
Okay. The first thing is, for teachers now or schools, you discover their talent first of all. You don't impose. Allow them to choose what they want, and then you'll be able to know how to channel their talent. You allow them to pick what they want based on interest and ability, and then you can nurture them in that part. And then on the side of the government, if I understood you?
Yes.
Well, they should create safe environment. That's the most important thing, so that children can thrive in it. If there is chaos everywhere, like we are experiencing in most villages, we won't achieve much. So safe and enabling environment for the children.
Okay, create safe and enabling environment for the children. Master Agashua, what are your aspirations and what would you like to become in life? This would be your concluding words. And after you may have answered that, I will also expect you to speak to us briefly how you are working towards achieving that objective, which may be your aspiration. Very briefly, this is your parting words.
My aspiration, or what I want to become in life, which I said earlier, is an economist. At first, I thought I would be good at engineering, but it is not about what you want, it's about what you can do. Earlier on, as I entered the senior class in school, I discovered that I'm not really good at what I think I wanted to. What I'm good at is economics. So from that alone, I saw to it that being an economist would be easier and better. What I'm doing towards being an economist is that I've already taken some of the university syllabus and I've started studying them right in my secondary school, so that when I reach the university, it won't be as hard and it won't be as bulky as it's going to be, because the course is a wide course.
Nigeria should watch out for an emerging great economist in the mode of Agashua. All right, Usua, give us your thoughts. What are your aspirations in life, your dreams? What would you like to become in future, and how are you working towards achieving that objective? This is also your parting words.
I aspire to be a lawyer, and as a lawyer, why? At first, I thought I would be good in other, like in the science class field, but I chose to be a lawyer, and I'm aspiring to be a lawyer because I looked around my environment and I saw that there are many crimes that are committed nowadays, and people who are victimized don't have the opportunity to get justice, and I am pained by this, that people are suffering day by day for what they don't know. So I chose to be a lawyer to stand up for those who are suffering innocently for what they don't know. And what I'm working on I look forward to being a lawyer, and
Yes, how you are working towards achieving that objective of becoming a lawyer.
yes, I'm working towards that by, well, as I am in secondary school now, I take time to ask questions and try to understand the roots of someone's problems. And in addition, I'm also among a court proceeding drama we are going to have in our school during the end of session.
It's okay. We should leave it at that. But now we have an emerging great economist and an emerging senior advocate of Nigeria. We are covered. Our economy will be strengthened with justice in the society. Mrs. U-ungwa, what should be the dream of the Nigerian child, and how should government help children? The same aspirations they have here, so every other Nigerian child have. What should be the part of government helping these children achieve these dreams of theirs? Very briefly, your parting words.
Okay. Enabling environment so that their dreams will not be channeled into something negative. Enabling environment, like I said before, and I'm still saying, to challenge them so that even outside Nigeria, they will be able to compete with children in other parts of the world. They should create enabling environment to challenge them, to bring out the best in them so that they can compete.
All right. Create an enabling environment for the Nigerian child to compete with their contemporaries and even across their contemporaries back home in Nigeria and across the world. That's the landing point. Dear listener, we appreciate your listenership for being a part of today's edition, which we focused on the Children's Day celebration observed on May 27 every year in Nigeria. I appreciate very sincerely our discussants on the program, a student of Leadership Preparatory School here in Kanshio in Makurdi, Miss Theresa Usua. Thank you for sharing your time with us on Perspectives, and happy Children's Day to you once again.
Thank you, sir.
We also appreciate Isaac Agashua, who is a student of St. Dominick's High School, Tse-Ayu, also here in Makurdi. Master Agashua, thank you very much for coming on this program.
Thanks, sir.
The head teacher, Wajina International Schools Welfare Quarters here in Makurdi, Mrs. Hope U-ungwa, also joined us, and we appreciate you very sincerely, madam. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for being a part of today's edition, and happy Children's Day to all Nigerian children and every one of us. Even if you're an adult, you were once a child, we celebrate you as a child, and let the government help the children achieve their dreams, as you have listened to the children on the program. My name is Nathaniel Nongu. I'll come your way again Wednesday with another edition of Perspectives, God keeping us. Have yourself a great week ahead, and happy celebration to all the children out there on this Day of Children's Day. Goodbye. I'll see you on Wednesday. Please stay tuned to our Gate Radio. Bye-bye.